Welcome back, everyone. Lights, camera, action. It's Make Our World Your Runway, because you know this is the weekly show that interviews the most fascinating individuals from the world of modeling, fashion, beauty, business, pageantry, and even the entertainment industry. And today we have another fabulous guest in the studio. But of course, before we begin our show, we do want to thank the sponsors that make this show possible every week. And that is the Global Trade Chamber, 100 Successful Women in Business, Lux Salon, Queen Beauty Network, the Tower Club, Royal Dames, Vita Designs, Casa Calabria, and the Bangladesh American Chamber of Commerce. So sponsors, thank you so much for making this show possible. And we also want to tell our viewers, remember to subscribe to the Global Trade Chamber YouTube channel so you can see all the shows from Make Our World Your Runway and Success Stories. And I highly recommend that you do tune in to Success Stories, because this show features the most amazing women in the world of business and community service. From their humble beginnings to successful entrepreneurs, these women will totally inspire you. And once again, get ready for some exciting conferences, because the Global Trade Chamber and 100 Successful Women in Business are going to be coming to a city near you. And that next city is going to be Tampa, Florida, and it's going to be on July 17th. It is going to be at the Embassy Suites Hotel, which is located at 513 Florida Avenue in Tampa. Now, I have to tell all my viewers, and I do tell you this every week, these shows are free, but they are a sellout. Now, if you want to be a speaker, or you also want to be an exhibitor, you must register. And I would say get that early registration in, because, believe me, by the time July 1st comes around, we will be close to a sellout. So, what you can do is you can go to two different websites, www.globaltradechamber.com or www.100swb.com for all the information, or you can also dial 954-839-8866 for all the information. Remember, it is a free show, but you must register early to get in. And also, if you want to be a speaker and you do want to be an exhibitor, this is a great way to tell people about your business and network with other people that have great businesses. So once again, we do look forward to seeing you July 17th in Tampa, Florida. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to our show. And I have a wonderful guest with me today, more or less like a partner in crime, okay? And we're going to tell you about the Global Trade Chamber Ambassador Program, 100 Successful Women in Business. We will talk about the July 17th show, and of course, all the other businesses that this wonderful lady has. So please welcome, to Make Our World Your Runway, Mary McConnell.
Thank you, Angela. Thank you for having me on your show. Amazing.
Yes. So like I said, we are partners in crime. So, you know, I always like to tell our viewers pretty much what the Ambassador Program is about, but let's hear your version of it as well.
I look at the Ambassador Program a little bit differently than Al and Maria do, honestly. I look at it as a sisterhood. This is our chance to be together. This is our chance to help each other. And that's what we want to do here. That's our goal, is to make every woman shine and have hundreds and hundreds of successful women in business. And it's all about partnership and working together.
It is. It's all about partnership. And, you know, that's the thing today. You can even look at men's programs where it's brotherhood, but we call it a sisterhood, because for the simple reason is that women in business have come a long way, okay? You go back even 10 years ago, women in business were still not as recognized. And there's a lot of women's group. I mean, let's take Janelle with Resilience Rising.
Yes, that's amazing.
That is amazing. I mean, the women that she has pulled together for this event coming up on June the 26th, unbelievable, okay? I mean, she's working night and day. But again, it's another sisterhood. And the thing is she's even involved us in that.
Yes, ma'am. I will be on stage on June 26th.
That's right. And I will be there, okay, coordinating the fashion show. And of course, Tina Vita, who's involved with us, will be doing the designs. I mean, it's just going to be an amazing show.
And just the things that Janelle is doing with this Resilience Rising, I get goosebumps. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, when she's able to pull in somebody like Forbes Riley, the doctor that's on the internet, okay, talks about all different things on social media. I was like, when you can pull in somebody like that, you're definitely not sleeping at night. So, yeah, Janelle is absolutely, she's just amazing. And we've pulled in, believe it or not, some people from the Tower Club. So, you know, and I think we're going to put a few men in there to model as well. So we're looking at Roman, and Roman's a great catch from the Tower Club.
Oh, he's just a dream to look at.
Yes, he is. I tell him that all the time. When I walk in, I said, Roman, I said, I said, I'm going to put your picture on my wall. I said, in the office. I said, it's just, it's great. Yeah.
You want to smile when you see him. That's the most amazing thing.
Yeah, he does. And of course, we have lovely Victor that is going to model.
Yes, Victor needs to be modeling. That'll be great. I can't wait to watch that.
Oh, yeah, well, that was down to the lovely Christine Curran, who got Victor into the modeling business.
That's wonderful. See, we all help each other. That's what
exactly.
it's about.
Well, that's what it's all about, because you never know who knows who, okay? Right. Just like when we're talking about women in need, okay? And there was a few other people I connected with that, the WIN Foundation. Tracy Kemble started this Women in Need, and now she's got centers not only in the States, but around the world, helping women that come from domestic violence problems.
And that's beautiful. That's my goal and my dream, is to be able to help these women that are coming out of domestic violence, these women that are coming out of this narcissism, to be able to recover and rebuild yourself.
You do have to rebuild yourself, and Tracy was one of them that came out of domestic violence. A lot of people don't know my first marriage, I came out of domestic violence, and I had to rebuild myself, but I got the strength to just one day walk away. That was it.
I'm proud of you.
I had to put it in my mind. I said, this is not for me. I said, I don't care if I live in a 2x4. I said, but I'm not staying in something like this. And luckily, for the time I had met Al, he was going through a divorce. I moved in with him, and 2 years later we got married, and what is it now, 34 years we've been married. So
that's so beautiful. You inspire me every day.
I aim to inspire.
You do. You make me want to walk that runway.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, and it's so funny, because when you said that, there are so many pageants out there. And in fact, I had Tracy Kemble on my show last year, and she said, Angela, she said, you'll have girls, she says, that'll come to you, that'll compete. I have girls that come to me that compete. She said, and there are other pageants out there. She said, it doesn't matter. She says, we should get together with other pageants. She said, because we're giving these women opportunities. Like, for instance, if a woman doesn't win my pageant, well, what's to say she can't go on to Miss USA or Mrs. Globe? And
it's opening a door.
It's opening a door, absolutely.
And that's the main thing. It's once we open these doors for these women and help them, they can make this a succeed.
Oh, yeah, and as a matter of fact, 2 years ago, my girl Alexandra Pinder, who was from the Bahamas, who won, Miss International World, I am so proud of her, because now she's going back in the Miss Bahamas pageant, because she really wants to go to Miss Universe. And I have a funny feeling she will win Miss Bahamas, and I have this gut feeling, the way she is on stage and where she's come from, I believe she's going to be a contender at Miss Universe. And I'll give you an answer for this one. When she came to me, she wanted to get into the modeling business.
Right.
And she really didn't know how. So I was shocked, because the way we saw her walk on stage was unbelievable. But I hooked her up with Supermodels Unlimited magazine. And she won a couple of their model surges. She's been on their cover of their magazines. I've had her on billboards in New York. She's due to get a billboard in Paris through that. And not only that, she was selected as one of the top 25 women by Supermodels magazine. So in January, she made another cover with 24 other women. And that gave her the incentive to go on. So like you said, we need to bring in...
We need to partner together. We need to open doors for other women, and men too. I'm not discounting men.
No, we can't, no.
Right now, we're focused on women. Women right now are opening more businesses than men, I believe.
Women are, and I heard Debbie Wasserman Schultz say that when we were in Sunrise, that she said even 10 years ago, and especially when she first went into Congress, it was almost looked at, a woman in Congress, okay, with all these men, all right. But look at the women you have. I mean, you've got women on the Supreme Court.
Yeah. Women are making a move. Women have stayed home for too long, and now we're coming out, and we're hungry.
Well, yeah, it's not like the old days where the women used to stay home, raise children. The husband went out to work, but times were different then.
Right.
With the way the economy and the world is today, if you don't have two people in a household working, My suggestion is get the pine box because that's where you go.
You know, I can remember when I graduated high school, gas, yes, I'm dating myself here, gas was 89 cents a gallon.
Yes, yes.
And I filled up the other day at almost $5 a gallon here in Florida, and I was going, when did this happen? How did this happen? And no wonder everybody's out working.
That's it. That's why everybody's out. Well, I mean, you're right. When I graduated high school, that was about the price of gas. Okay, 89 cents a gallon. You could travel anywhere, go anywhere. Now you go to the corner, and I'm looking at, I'm saying, I'm already at a half a tank. Oh, that's about $40-50 going over to the gas station.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even a couple of years ago, I could just put $20 in, and I was filled to the top.
Do you remember the days when you could go in and say, I'll take $5 on pump 5?
Oh my God,
And
those
you could
days
get
are
around
gone.
town.
Those days are totally gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Geez, I mean, even a box of Chip Ahoy cookies is like $6. I'm like,
Yeah.
since when? It used to be $3.79 for
Yeah.
100 cookies.
I bought a candy bar as a treat the other day. I remember those 50 cents, $1.
Forget that.
It was $3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to slim me down because I'm not buying $3 candy bars. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, my husband was at, and he did get the military discount. He was at Denny's. He went there to have lunch. He said, believe it or not, the coffee was more expensive than the lunch. They charged him $6 for a cup of coffee. He said, my lunch was only like $3. I said, $6 for a cup of coffee? You got to be kidding me. I said, that's it. Now, we went to get new eyeglasses the other day, okay? And if you buy 2 pair of glasses, the eye exam is for free.
Right.
A few years ago, I could have went in there and got 2 pairs of glasses, maybe spent $160. Luckily, I got the military discount due to Al, because if I didn't, that would have been well over $300. I said, for 2 pair of glasses?
For the basic,
This is ridiculous, okay?
for the basic ability to see and be able to read.
Right.
It seems like things like that need to be more reasonable and give people what they need. You know, if you want to overcharge for alcohol or whatever, fine, do it. But the stuff that basic needs, that stuff needs to come down in price.
Exactly. But anyway, we've got a big show coming up on July the 17th.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
in Tampa. And I know you're doing a lot, so let us know what you're definitely doing for that show.
Okay, we're at the Tampa show right now. We are taking vendors, we are selling tables, we are taking speakers. We do want to fill up the room with as many bodies as possible. We have not been back to Tampa in quite a while.
Right.
I think it's been 2 years, 3 years, something like that.
Yeah.
And so the funny thing about this show means the most to me because I am Tampa ambassador. And I love my city and I love that area. Yes, I am in Fort Lauderdale right now, but that's because I get to be around wonderful people like you to put this show together.
Well, thank you. I really want, still trying to see if I can make this show. I have a big event coming up on July the 25th where
Right.
they're honoring me, and it's a 5-hour cruise on this luxury yacht, and that was through the Haitian community.
Yeah.
And I didn't even expect to get that award, but because I had given 2 girls from the Haiti community an opportunity, one of them is now going to Miss Universe. Another one's going into, I think, Miss Haiti Cosmos pageant. And they spoke to the organizer there, and she said, oh no, she said, Angela needs to be honored. My girl from Canada, they're actually honoring her. So it's a pretty big event. But again, you're talking about, like we just said, the sisterhood, okay?
Yes. Yeah.
And you're right, Tampa's a great area. When Al and Maria did a show up there, I believe it was like 3 years ago. I did go up, and let me tell you, that was a phenomenal show. A lot of vendors. I had a great time up there, okay? Very friendly people in Tampa, I must say that. Very friendly.
We are fun and we are just friendly. That's just the thing about Tampa. Everybody over there's nice.
Yeah,
I don't think I've gone to a grocery store and not had a conversation with somebody.
That's true.
And
That's
I
true.
love that.
Up in
It's-
up in that area, that's great. In fact, Tina told me the other night she made a presentation at the Italian American Club in
Ooh.
Tampa. So now, when she comes back from Europe, and after, of course, my event is over, she wants to do something in Tampa at the Italian American Club.
Oh, that
okay?
would be amazing.
Yeah, and now, like I said, with the Tower Club, she's a member. She joined through Kelly,
Right.
but of course, once you join one club, you can go to another club.
one.
So we can all go to the Tampa Club because I'm a member,
Yeah.
and I believe you're going to become a member.
I'm going to become a member.
Okay,
yes.
you're going to. So we can go to the Tampa Club and say, hey, we want to put on a show, and Roman will give us a great recommendation.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so we're just waiting for Tina to come back from Europe and get settled, and then we could definitely
But
do
Tina,
something.
don't rush yourself. Enjoy yourself. Relax.
Right.
You deserve this.
But another thing I think we should tell our viewers is that on Thursday evenings we have events here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we actually have one this Thursday.
This Thursday, which I will be here, yes.
I will be here. I will hold down the fort for you while you're gone.
No, I'll definitely be here this Thursday.
Yeah.
And our viewers, if you're listening, especially ladies, this is a great event to attend, okay? Because you get to meet other people in business.
Yes.
All right? And it's just like going to a show because you can, and it's better because now you can get on a personal conversation with someone. You can exchange cards. You can find out what 100 Successful Women in Business does, what the Global Trade Chamber does, and the type of people that are involved, okay? And you never know who you are going to meet, okay?
No.
You have no idea who knows who you're going to meet. I'll be honest with you. I've stood on street corners and I've got cards from people, like just the other day, okay? Maria coming up with me having my own show, Make Our World Your Runway. I walk into an eye doctor's office, and who would think that people sitting there recognized me from that show? And they said, "You look familiar." I said, "I do." "Oh yeah, you." And then two girls came out and said, "She has the show, Make Our World Your Runway." And the other girl said, "That's right." She says, "That's where I've seen you." And I said, "Okay." So who wants to come on? Okay.
I love that.
So, see, you don't know, okay? And I always tell people, you know, look, there's a price tag for everything. People are in business. Everyone has to make money. And I think one of the nice things that Al and Maria tried to do, and you've done it yourself, and I do it in my business, we try to work with people.
Yes.
Because today, not everybody's got the dollars that they may have had even 5 years ago, all right? So we definitely try to work with people to get them to that next step.
That next level,
Right.
even just taking a step when you're stuck, whether it's trying to get your business's name out there and get a reputation to, okay, now I'm big and I don't know what to do. There's somebody here that will help you with everything. And that's kind of the goal of the Global Trade Chamber, is to build your business from the ground until you're huge.
Until you're huge. And don't forget where you came from, because you never know. Don't burn any bridges that you have to cross again.
No.
Okay, never do that. But what a lot of people don't understand, in order to get yourself to where you want to go, or your business, you have to make some sort of an investment. If you don't want to invest, or you don't think it's the right time, wait a little bit, do a little research, and then get out there and do it. But one thing about the Global Trade Chamber, that even if you didn't become a member right away, you can still go to the shows. There's still resources.
Yes.
That's why I say attending, it's a free event. If you, of course, if you want to be a speaker or you want to take a vendor table, that's going to cost you a little something, but not a heck of a lot. I've seen some shows where you want a vendor table, it's like $1,500 for this, $2,000 for that.
Yes.
Here it's very reasonable, between $300, sometimes $700. And if you're gonna get business out of it, you may make that back plus.
Right, and that's the thing with these
Right.
events. We do sell the tables, we do sell the speaking spots at a reasonable rate.
At a reasonable rate, right.
And the whole thing is to get more people out there. Coming into the public speaking world, it is not cheap.
No,
I have heard
no.
$10,000 price tags on stages. And
Oh, yeah.
This is for you to pay to give your information to the public for free.
Well, that's it. You can go to these shows. I mean, if you really can't afford maybe to take a table or be a speaker, but you can go to these shows, you can go talk to the vendors, give your business card, they'll give you their business card, and you'd be surprised at that point how you start building a portfolio and you start getting more in tune to what you want to do, okay?
Absolutely.
And it's a great opportunity. I mean, look, just to go to walk the red carpet at the Academy Awards, you got to pay $10,000. Even the celebrities that are getting an Academy, you have to pay to walk that red carpet. Yeah. Look what just happened at Cannes Film Festival. I mean, Tina and Kelly got discount tickets, but you got to pay to walk that red carpet. Yeah. So it's an investment if you want to get your name out of there. And like I say, you never know where, I've been on street corners where I've started conversations.
Yeah.
Here, this is what I do, all right?
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. The other day, the animal hospital, they got a crazy answering service that's not perfected yet.
Oh, no.
So they said, if you want to call back, leave your number. So I did. I left my number. I called this number back later on. And, they had called me, and they said, we're sorry we missed your call. I called the number back. Some guy selling gutters. We don't know how this happened. Some guy selling gutters. But he was very nice. I had a nice conversation with him. He said, you know what? He said, do you know anybody in the area? He said, that might want gutters for the building or whatever. I said, well, I live in a building. I said, but you know what? I said, here's one Boynton's number. I said, call him up. You never know.
Yeah.
Now, it's had nothing to do with getting my cat with a nail trim, but a nice gentleman. And he said, we've had a lovely conversation. He asked me what I did, and he said, I'd like to come see your show. Let me know when tickets are available.
That's beautiful.
You don't know, all right? I mean, I could have shut this guy off and said, well, I'm sorry, goodbye. But he was so nice on the phone, and I was apologetic, and he was apologetic. I said, don't apologize. They don't have their system right yet.
Yeah, and it built a friendship.
Right.
So I have a strange one for you. I ended up meeting this person who is helping me with my business.
Right.
And it actually was a wrong phone number.
Oh, that's happened.
Yes. Yeah, this poor man was trying to get a hold of his stepson and text me over the last year, I think 5 times.
Oh, God.
And every time I'm like, nope, I'm still not your son, sorry. But I hope everything's well. And it turns out I got my motorcycle endorsement at 50. It was just a random thing I always wanted to do.
Right.
And it turned out he had just wrecked his motorcycle 2 weeks prior.
Oh, Jesus.
And we spent 4 hours on the phone together that night. But it's just a connection. And you don't know who you're going to connect with because you don't know 8 billion people in the world. You can't meet every single one of them. But you can know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody.
Who knows somebody.
Exactly.
Well, Max over here is going to love this. And my husband always said, when you get something in that pea brain of yours, Al drove for President Clinton, right? And I still get the emails and everything. So I'm scratching my head, and I said, President Clinton goes on all these Zoom calls and shows. So I said, okay, I'm going to write the manager over there at the Clinton Foundation. And I put in my little notes about Al driving and what he did when he was in New Jersey. And I said, this is far-fetched. I said, I'm probably not as known as ABC or NBC or CBS or whatever. I said, but I would love to interview the former president. They got back to me and they said, when do you want to set this up?
Oh, my gosh.
Al looked at me and said, let me see that email. Al looked at it and he goes, you've got to be kidding. And it's right because I get right from the Clinton Foundation. I get all. He said, when you get something in that pre-bank, I said, now can you imagine? I said, we'd have to shut the office down for a day. I said, but can you imagine what it would do for the show? What it would do for the chamber?
Yes, that would be huge.
So it may take a while because with him there's a lot of security and a lot of logistics. I don't care if it takes a year, but I'm going to follow up on this.
I love it that you get something set in your mind and you just go until you have it done. And that's just beautiful about you.
Well, that's what I try to do because I figure, in today's world where everybody's trying to get business and you're trying to, and people are trying to make a buck.
Yeah.
You got to be creative. You got to think of, well, okay, if I went out and did this, it may be far-fetched, but it might work. It may not work, but you could always turn around and say, well, I gave it a try, okay?
Yeah.
Like the song says in that one song that Barbara Streisand does. And she says, hat, sir, at least I didn't, don't rain on my parade. Hat, sir, at least I didn't make it. Hat, sir, at least I didn't fake it. Get ready for me, love, because I'm coming. That's it.
That's it.
Okay?
That's really it.
Don't rain on my parade.
No.
There you go.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, so I figured, Max over there may pass out, but that's all right. he'll be fine. Yes, he'll be fine on that. But anyway, besides you doing this, you've got a lot of other businesses that you do.
I keep myself very busy. I think right now my biggest focus is I am a domestic abuse survivor.
Yeah,
and
that's a biggie.
I was narcissistically abused for 30 years.
Jesus.
I left after I attempted to kill myself. I didn't know another way out, and so I thought that was the only way out. Luckily, the next day, I did wake up. And when I woke up, I went and got myself help. And
Perfect.
after 5 days inpatient, I went into counseling, I went into therapy, and then I tripped on this weird therapy that I had never heard of called hypnotherapy.
Yeah, I meant to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's intriguing. And so I went through my journey, and I actually signed up to be a hypnotherapist. I studied under Marissa Peer at the Rapid Transformational Therapy. And now I do hypnotherapy as part of my work in narcissistic abuse recovery and helping victims to get out, stay out, because that's the biggest problem. It takes an average survivor 7 times leaving before they stay gone.
Yeah.
Between the financial pressures,
Yes.
between the peer pressure, and between everything that goes on, most victims end up going right back.
Yeah.
I want to stop that. If we've got to hypnotize, whatever we need to do, I want the women out there that are being told that they're not worth anything, realize how powerful you are. You run this world.
Mm-hmm.
They just don't give you credit for it. It's time for you to step into your own light. The amazing feeling you get when you shed the weight of the abuse.
Right.
I mean, so I met Al 2.5 years ago.
Wow.
I was a shy little mouse in a conference right after I moved to Florida.
We never know that today.
No, now you can't shut me up. Now my mouth is always going.
But I love it.
But yeah, I was a little meek one on the corner that was like, okay, this weird man wants to talk to me, but he seems nice, so.
Yeah.
And then we ended up having coffee, and now it's a family.
There you go. Yeah, that's just it. It's a shame. There's so many women. You know, I've also found out through some of the research, because, you know, it was always about women's abuse. And you know who's very big on that is Gloria Estefan.
Really?
Like I told you, look up Lynn. Gloria Estefan has a nonprofit group all about domestic violence. She's very big on, yeah. I mean, she doesn't perform at as many live events as she used to, but she has put out a new album. But her and Emilio, very big on that. Yeah, domestic.
It's coming out so much, and I'm seeing more and more of it. And it's not just the physical violence anymore. A lot of it is the narcissistic part on the back.
Yeah, right.
That is destroying women mentally, emotionally, and you're wearing down early, and you're not seeing your full potential. And I keep referencing women because, yes, I am a woman, but I actually have a lot of male clients now. Men are starting to be abused by narcissistic women.
Yes, I was just going to say that. My cousin Anthony, his wife is crazy. She actually threatened him, and he's such a sweetheart. You know, I think she was jealous of him because, first of all, he's still number one on the rockabilly station in Tennessee. He has an Elvis act. Did you swear it was Elvis Presley singing? Looks just like him, acts just like him. Him and I did a show one time together, and people said, "Oh, he's lip syncing to Elvis." I said, "No, he's not." I said, "That's him." They said, "It's him." Unbelievable. He does his own music as well too, but I mean, he travels all around the United States. He just did a big show in Tennessee. I mean, unbelievable. His son is in the band with him.
Yeah.
I heard him sing that one song that Elvis does. It was a ballad, "I Need Somebody." Oh my God. I even said, if I didn't know that was my cousin, I would have actually thought it was Elvis Presley. But he had a crazy wife that was threatening him. So what I did was, because I'm the nutbag in the family, I called her up and I disguised my voice, and she never did that anymore. That's a long story. But because
you were a protector back then.
Oh yeah, big time. Big. Still am in different ways. But
you are so protective of everyone you love. And
somebody gave me a hard time the other day. I said, "You know my husband's cousin?" I said, "You know the J.D. Basilico Construction Company?" "Oh yeah, I heard of it." I said, "Well, they deal in cement." They ran. I said, "They deal in cement." That's all I had to say. But anyway, I hear our lovely Max is telling us we've got 5 minutes left. So what would you like to tell our viewers before we close?
If you are suffering from narcissistic abuse or domestic violence, reach out to me. I'm here to help. I am at themarymcconnell.com. I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm here at the Global Trade Chamber too. If you are starting a business, if you're in the beginning stages, if you have an established business and you're making millions and you just want to get involved with others, come see us at Global Trade. Come be part of the 100 Successful Women of Business. We all love each other and we're all here to help each other, and we're always looking for a bigger family.
Absolutely. Very well said. I love that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have heard that. And yes, definitely come to one of our events here in Sunrise. Even if it's just an evening out, you will enjoy the conversations. I mean, we're all like family here. You'll be surprised what the Global Trade Chamber can do for you and what 100 Successful Women can also do, because there's a lot of resources, not just here in Florida, not just around the country, but also around the world. If you're coming in from another country and you want to start a business, trust me, our president, Al Otero, has a lot of resources that he can help you. So once again, this has been another fabulous show. Mary, we thank you for being in the studio with us. And as always, please tune in every Thursday, because we will always be back with another show and a fabulous guest. So thank you for tuning in to Make Our World Your Runway, and we'll see you next time.